There are 35 characters in Marvel Rivals, all with distinct playstyles, strengths, and weaknesses, but we are refining them down to just 10 that you should play in order to carry games and rank up within Marvel Rivals, so let's get right into it. First up, we are going to rapid fire through 5 characters that are incredibly strong, but are also very common bans in Diamond and above Elo, so keep that in mind if your goal is to reach above Diamond. With those, we have Hulk and Iron Man, Wolverine, Luna Snow, and Storm. Hulk and Iron Man are insanely busted when together. Hulk is easily one of the best diving tanks in the game with his nasty mobility, damage, and sustainability throughout the fight. It's a real shame that his team up makes him a permaban at higher elos considering just how challenging and fun Hulk is to play, but he is incredibly strong in the right hands and the upper level players have definitely taken notice to that. Now, Iron Man is on this list right next to Hulk, not because he is incredibly strong on his own. In fact, he is actually pretty balanced on his own. He is here because of how stupid he becomes alongside a Hulk, and I know you guys have heard about this team up so much at this point, but his gamma powered beam with a Hulk absolutely melts people. Realistically, if you are trying to speedrun climb from bronze to diamond, the best way to do it is with a Hulk and an Iron Man. The beam counters all of Iron Man's counters when it is green, and I don't know how else to really put it, just try it for yourself. Without a Hulk though, you are better playing any other character that isn't Iron Man usually, but if you want to farm some Jarvis clips, I can't blame you for that. Anyways, we are moving on to Logan, also known as Wolverine, that has been banned quite a lot this season strictly because he is so damn annoying to play against as a tank player that people are just tired of him. The way you play him is exactly that, by the way. You set yourself up on a flank, push the tank into your team, and melt them before they can even blame their supports for not healing them. Not only is this effective, it's extremely tilting to the enemy team, which has its added benefits. Moving on to the support side of things, we got Luna Snow, and this one is just obvious. She has excellent healing for the core, healing for your flanking DPS if you have one, great self-peel with her snowball, and the best ultimate in the game lasting for 12 seconds. If you want to have any fun and support, don't play this character and don't get too attached, she'll just get banned in higher elo. Lastly, for our banned characters, we have Storm, who just kind of emerged out of nowhere this season. She does incredibly high damage, doesn't require a team up to be good, and has a crazy consistent ultimate. Overall, she is a very good pick and you can't really go wrong with her. If you want to learn her, make sure you do have another DPS in the pocket ready to go as she does get banned quite a lot. All right, moving on to the last 5 characters that do not get banned nearly as much, we have Magneto, Star-Lord, Namor, Cloak and Dagger, and Invisible Woman. Starting off with Magneto, the reason I put him over Strange in this meta is because I swear to God, everyone and their mother plays Doctor Strange, so picking Strange up to main is running the risk of it getting taken and you having to swap. Now, if you play Magneto, not only does that pair really well with a Strange, but it also rarely gets picked, allowing you to grind with the character. That being said, the main reason Magneto stands out right now is because a lot, and I mean a lot of people are running triple support in ranked right now. This means Luna Snow ultimates, Cloak and Dagger ultimates, Invisible Woman ultimates, things that make it so your team has to pretty much chill and do nothing. Magneto's ultimate does not care if a support ultimate is active though, because it can consistently one-shot through them, which is why so many high-ranked tank players are locking him in right now. He's pretty difficult to master because your shield is energy-based, meaning you have to know what you should and should not block, but with some practice, you'll be climbing in no time. Next up, we have a little bit of a biased pick, but we have Star-Lord. To be honest, Star-Lord is pretty rough into the triple support composition if people know what they are doing. But here's the catch. They don't in ladder. The amount of times I see both teams just burn 2 support ults simultaneously at a fly buzzing past their ears is absurd in this game. It's far too common. That being said, while there are a lot of support ults going around and every one of them counter your ultimate, there are ways to find openings. Try to farm your ultimate initially fast by farming the enemy tank player after pressuring a support out of the fight. Win with your ultimate before the supports have theirs, and then when both teams do trade support ults, use your spinning attack to farm ultimate charge even faster while everyone is effectively invulnerable. By using this method, you will force yourself back into the game with your ultimate while also having a kit that is great for catching people off guard in the neutral. He is hard to pull off, but he is one of the most consistent characters for carrying in neutral fights. Coming after Star-Lord, we have Namor, who is really good at keeping players alive that really shouldn't be alive with their positioning. Trust me, no matter what rank you are, your supports are going to be out of position pretty often in ladder. By placing your turrets on terrain that is hard to reach in the sightlines of your support flanks, you will not only be able to find some easy picks, but you will also keep your team alive for so much longer. This makes the enemy DPS have a really terrible time all game, and it's just such a hassle to play against. Not to mention his ultimate just absolutely nukes teams as well. Namor is a blast to play, is crazy consistent, and is one of my favorite DPS to win the damage war with brains over brawn. If enemies aren't running triple support, they are probably running triple DPS compositions with some heavy dive as well, and Namor is realistically one of the only options against that playstyle too, so it is really good to pivot to Namor if you are a DPS player. Moving on to the supports, we have the all too popular Cloak and Dagger. Cloak and Dagger are a crazy good combo that are really consistent for healing your frontline characters since it's impossible to really miss with Dagger. On top of this, the utility that Cloak provides by essentially flashbanging characters with the Wall of Darkness and giving the whole team iframes allows you to completely cancel ultimates. So yeah, that Magneto ultimate your whole team will die to, pushing in with the Luna ult, you can just shroud them in darkness and everything is a-okay. Finally, the ultimate can stack now for greater healing, meaning you have another crazy strong support ultimate in the pocket if you need, especially if the fight has to happen on point. Our last of the top 10 characters we will discuss today is Invisible Woman, and man, oh man, is she fun to play.
What do you mean by that?
Her kit is super fun to just line everyone up in the lobby and chain healing and damage together for some fun neutral play, and she has a lot of zone controlling abilities as well that makes her a menace to duel. That being said, the one ability where all of her carry potential comes through is from her push and pull ability. If a DPS gets a little too overzealous for a kill, pull them in and let your team delete them. If a tank gets to just barely one shot, pull them away from cover. Combo this with a Groot and you can just straight up box people. The push away function is pretty strong too, allowing you to counter Doctor Strange ultimates with the push of a button, as well as to help you keep alive while receiving peel from a backline presence like Spider-Man or Black Panther, for example. Lastly, her ultimate is really strong, as not only does it provide superb healing, but also blocks vision of enemies outside of the ring. So the best way to use this ultimate is to place it almost like a shield, splitting the enemy teams in half to perfectly segment the fight, controlling how it plays out. Not only that, but it can also just straight up counter Star-Lord's ultimate with line of sight alone, which is super nice, especially since I recommended him on this list. To be honest, she might not be the strongest compared to Luna Snow or Cloak and Dagger, but she is really fun, never gets banned, and has a lot of ways to carry the game if you are skilled enough. Okay, one bonus sleeper pick though that I think a lot more people should consider playing that isn't quite at the top 10 is Loki, specifically once you start getting into those higher level lobbies. His playstyle and triple support is super easy and super rewarding. In this composition, it doesn't require you to think too much about your clones. You realistically are just stacking them around you to deal a lot of damage while also having crazy supportive utility with his lamps. Not only that, but he can just copy a Luna Snow or Cloak ultimate on top of that with the crazy neutral kit that he has, making him a straight menace. I just discovered how strong Loki is feeling right now, and I'm not too sure how good he would be at a lower level, but I do know that he is good enough at the high ranks to warrant him being a sleeper pick at the very least. The final honorable mention of characters that are nice if you can guarantee a duo is Rocket Raccoon with either a Winter Soldier or Punisher, specifically against triple support. I really like the Winter Soldier pick in ranked as it can bypass all the healing that triple support provides with one well-placed hook, and Punisher just becomes a laser beam when comboed with double shield that is pretty popular right now. Triple support comes down to using ultimates really well in a coordinated fashion, and ranked players rarely are able to do that, so if you would rather try something different, rocket comps are the way to go. And that closes out today's list of the top 10 characters to play in order to climb fast in Marvel Rivals. I do want to say that this was curated for most players, not just top 500 and Celestial players, but I doubt y'all are watching the video anyways. At the end of the day, any character can be taken from Bronze to Celestial and beyond. Some characters are just stronger than others. And there were some notable characters that were missing from today's list as well, so just keep that in mind. Let me know who you guys are all trying to play to climb this season. But until next time, I've got to peace out and Paz out. I'll see you in the next one.